Cześć, jestem KimaruPl, witam was do 4 odcinka z Dungeonsa 2. Dzisiaj zaczniemy misję Okupację Wall Streat, więc przejść w stronę. No, tak, początkiem jest jeszcze jednorożce zabicie. Szparcie uzyskania grobu. No to trójkę może potem zagramy, a ten dodatek zobaczymy. Tą kampanię ma 108 miejsc, więc zobaczymy. A dzisiaj do przodu idziemy z tą, bo cieszę się, że ostatni odcinek się spodobał. Ostatnio taki
The horde had grown impressively. Many goblins and nagas had joined the military evil's army, but evil was still not satisfied. To evolve any further, a particularly vile act would be needed. There was an enchanting fairy-like being in these lands, whose goodness oozed out through its every pore. The death of the unicorn would inspire the horde to even greater deeds. Moreover, its head would look really nice hung over the fireplace. However, this creature was not only strong, but it possessed an inner magic that could becalm even the most vicious orc and make it change allegiance. Help would be required in order to ensure the horde wasn't transformed into a pathetic heap of flower-gathering hippies.
Dobrze, to... żeby mieć złoto i poszerzam skarbiec. A nie, zbiorą, tylko mamy tu siły przymierza, bardziej tu, które też wydobywają złoto. I mamy to zabezpieczenie przed nimi. Chyba naszą naturalną jest, że musimy rozwalić te siły przymierza. Jednego do tego rzuciwa.
Rumor had it there was an ancient cave here, once inhabited by orcs. Perhaps the ultimate evil would find some answers there. To by się pomieszczali na pułapki, żeby to robili. Whoops, just realized I skipped a paragraph, sorry. There were 3 upwardly mobile Alliance cities in the vicinity. Previously, these have been industrial centers with well-regulated trades. However, in recent years, the banking industry had grown exponentially, and so now all the inhabitants worked for the banking sector. These cities have been networked together via a well-guarded road system, colloquially referred to as Wall Streat. Is this really relevant? I don't think so.
Orki to... No, i orki zacząć zbierać mi zostało. O, mam dwa alki przynajmniej. Jeszcze orki. No, sobie rozbudować musimy bardziej na ostatnie sejszy osada.
Royal aid had reached one of the threatened banks in the shape of a gold-laden donkey. A well-functioning financial bubble like that would always be a law not just to bankers, but to heroes as well, looking for somewhere to store the proceeds of their last forays. Once this was done, they marched straight for the nearest dungeon. Unfortunately, that belonged to the ultimate evil, and as dungeons go, would prove a very hard nut to crack. The ultimate evil would not permit any further gold transports to reach a bank in distress. This was in order to prevent the emergence of any more heroes. Greedy people were challenging the mean evil's use of space underground. They would soon learn, in an extremely painful manner, that the evil simply wasn't interested in sharing.
A z złotej... też robi. Weźmiemy tu.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Last worker had been expelled from the gold mine. This underground area was now held firmly in the iron grip of the ultimate evil. Well, in the hand of terror, actually, as evil wasn't so hot at moving around.
No, zwiększymy to. Co? To mam 15 minut stać, żeby wyciąć potem? Co? Wszedłeś mnie zdenerwować. Co? Siedzę w swoim zadupiu i tyle.
To się nie nagrywa.
Dobrze, już jestem. Z tą przerwą. Dobrze, to zbadamy to. A napiszcie. Tam przejdziemy.
Suddenly, the creatures of the abominable evil itched all over and started scratching their bodies. This was bound to have been caused by the presence of the nauseatingly good unicorn rubbing off on them. The horde was preparing to attack one of the cities. Another bank required government help. Immediately, a gold-laden donkey headed out onto Wall Street.
Tak, my to idziemy.
It's payday. The creatures of the ultimate evil had discovered an entrance to the underground from the surface. It would be wise to secure this area, so they would be able to use this entrance themselves. The ultimate evil's creatures occupied the region with the greatest of ease, and so made the entrance to the underground accessible. Some creatures had been hiding in a secret room. They joined the ultimate evil. Your dungeon is full of yogurt. Yogurt? What's this all about? There's absolutely no yogurt. Oh, it's supposed to be a funny illusion, I see. Very funny.
Dobrze, jeszcze możemy jednego orka zrobić i mamy. Jakieś broń. No, oraz są na moje pułapki pod... Skarbce to ja mam na zakładzie, przynajmniej to jest. Tak, bo to mamy kryształy.
Once again, a transport of gold had reached one of the cities and so saved a bank.
A, tej karawany na razie nie będziemy. Kurde, blisko orka byliśmy.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Wejdziemy tu. I zaczniemy karawanę.
The entrance to the old orc cave was in this area of the overworld. The ultimate evil instructed its creatures to enter it. They were to look for something useful to fight the unicorn. The creatures of the ultimate evil entered the orc cave, referred to as DF9 with trepidation. Due to the greed of its owners, this ambitious building project never quite been finished. However, there was bound to be something here that would prove useful in defeating the unicorn. At least, that's what the strategy guide said. Once again, a gold transport was required. An orc emerged from the darkness, muttering, "Right, show me what you've got then." He started attacking the creatures of the ultimate evil. After a tough battle, the mysterious orc was slain. What was all that about? But wait, suddenly the corpse of the orc began to disintegrate. At the same time, something could be seen moving by that strange altar in the orc cave. Was that his spirit floating in the air over there? After a few seconds, the strange altar appeared to set the orc free. It would seem he had risen from the dead. He now happily joined the horde, having ensured their fighting skills were up to scratch. This strange altar was impressive. Perhaps the ultimate evil would soon be able to build something like this in its own dungeon, once it had inspired its monsters through an act of evil. The hungry evil was in the mood for horse salami. The time had come to get rid of the unicorn.
Avoid the fratricidal war. Each sliver of a soul exists in its own right.
Him again? Good grief, can't he and his pseudo-mystical babbling go somewhere else? We're trying to tell a story here. The fluffy pink unicorn radiated a soothing atmosphere all around that brought all enemies in the area under its spell and thus on its side. From now on, these formerly evil creatures would spend their time picking flowers and hugging trees. Nailed it. The horde's bloodthirsty monsters killed the disgustingly fluffy unicorn on behalf of the ensconced evil. For the troops, this meant only one thing: horse salami. But wait, that's not all. This evil deed completely delighted the horde and inspired it to new evil deeds. The ultimate evil was now able to get its servants to upgrade the throne room. This would give access to more fabulously diabolical things. The ultimate evil returned to its throne room at once and had it upgraded immediately. Payday. The swanky evil's new throne room shone in all its glory. The evil immediately checked out the other rooms, particularly the Tinkerer's Cave, to see what new things its creatures would be able to research now. The strange altar in the old orc cave was fascinating. With the new and improved throne room and a little brain power, it would presumably not be beyond the wit of the ultimate evil to build one in its own dungeon. There, it could be made available to all its creatures. The evil and heinous acts perpetrated by the ultimate evil left the cities feeling threatened, and they hired extra guards to protect them. The amused evil sniggered as it noticed this.
No to jest, gdzie trochę się zbyt mocno skupiłem na, że tak, ale chyba uda się nam to zakończyć misję w jednym odcinku.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Jedno. Spadać te...
Spiders have spread throughout the underground.
Zabić. No tu też muszę bramę podstawić, żeby kurde mi nie wchodzili.
New research was available in the Tinkerer's Cave. In particular, a new room. The mocking laughter of dwarves could still be heard echoing through the underground. With gritted teeth, the ultimate evil intensified the search.
Szkoły z tej strony. Panie, stój. Jak jest to sytuacja?
Another bank required government help. Immediately, a gold-laden donkey headed out onto Wall Street. Payday!
Uwa.
The cities had still not all been wiped from the face of the overworld. It was time that the lazy evil finally got around to doing something about it.
Yes.
The ultimate evil's arena was in Pope. The strange altar was finally The small fishing village offered little resistance against the horde. The thought of getting the fishermen to work for it was quickly rejected by a doubtful evil. It was concerned that the horde would get too used to something so tasty. Another gold transport was stopped by the creatures of the vile evil.
No.
By the forest and its lumber camp held up well, but were not able to tactically outwit the dastardly evil's genius, and so the city was destroyed by the horde. The question now arose whether the horde should start felling trees here, or whether that would enrage the night elves. Hang on, night elves? Oh, wrong game. Apologies.
Dobrze, to idziemy po proces arenny. Zaklęcie, niech zacznę to najprawdopodobniej zaklęcia. No, zostaną tylko ostatnie. Najcięższe miasto właśnie.
It's payday. Knocking sounds could be heard from somewhere in the underground. That could only mean one thing. There were dwarves hiding somewhere. The courageous evil should tackle them at once.
Właśnie. Pamiętać odbijam
The
też.
ambling evil had still not researched the arena. This was an extremely important room for the army's striking power. Inexcusable.
Twarde i fajowe. Okej, idziemy. Co?
The tedious evil had still not destroyed all the cities, and by now had exceeded the time frame the developers had designated for this task. This was not going to be helpful for its high score at all. Oh, wait, what? No high scores? Oh, well, just completely ignore that then.
Jeśli droidkę najciężej będzie to... Ja, bo to zostaną tylko nam zniszczyć. Nic, no, nie, że goldem wytrzymam przy tym. Przynajmniej podobuje arenę postać te. Zbierać tyle. Teraz, że mi pozostaną nam tylko arena do postawienia.
The ultimate evil still had to expand the arena in order to make it really useful.
Dobrze.
A fighting pit would enable it to improve one of its creatures and train them to be an even better fighter. Exercise equipment would allow its minions to relax and ensure they didn't get bored.
Znowu podobało mi się to jest mining operations, to zacząłem zdobywać. Ania to siedzi, kurde, mi otworzą mi znowu. Aniu, nagrywam. A niech to. A nic, to na tym chyba dzisiejszy odcinek skończę. W kolejnym odcinku dokończymy tę misję i zapiszę. Dobrze, już tu już jestem. Zapisz. Kampanię. Kurde, jestem. YouTube.